California Spangle. Brenton Abdullah, you genius. Victor the winner though, he's two in front and he's finding plenty for Derek Long, and it's Victor the winner.
Mad Call, here's the Miraclear on the sea, but it's Mad Call that takes over, and the Miraclear.
Conditions, Graham, how the time's stacking up and how are these horses going to handle it? The likes of California Spangle. We know Victor, the winner, doesn't mind a bit of sting out of the ground, does he?
Great to be back with you, first of all. Jenny sets the bar high. The best goes in as if on rails. No pressure for me. How's the track riding? I think it's a key question. And people will say, rightly, the times are pretty much on standard. But they're on standard for a couple of horses. And there are quite a few horses in behind whose wheels are spinning a bit. So if you act on the surface, you're going to be very much at home and may get a tactical advantage. The speed here are the class horses, California Spangle and Victor the winner, and they're going to be hard to beat.
He won the Elquaz Sprint. It wasn't a vintage edition of the Elquaz Sprint, but this is not a vintage edition either of the Chairman Sprint Prize. Yes, it is a good field, but we're lacking probably some of the depth we've had in the sprinting ranks here in Hong Kong in previous years.
I would agree. No Lucky Sweyness. And I think, Jenny, California Spangle he's a strength athlete more than a raw speed athlete, and the emphasis on stamina at the trip might just help him.
Yeah, well, that is true, and you'll see that when he comes into the parade as well. He's a really nice stamp of a horse, no doubt about it. I want to ask you about Believing. You've been here for a week or so. You've seen her on the track. What do you think?
Heart says, please run well. Head says, this is deep. And, you know, we've been around long enough to see quite a few handy European sprinters come, including Highfield Princess in December, including Blue Point in this race, Flaming Rib last year, just out of his depth. The reason I can't put a line through Believing, Jenny, is G. Bowie. George Bowie has a very fine touch with his foreign raiders. This is a bit of a speculator. I hope she runs well. I think anything better than fourth would be a real bonus.
Yeah, I've got to say, you know, watching her replay, she really puts her head down and really tries, but whether she's quite good enough, that's probably my little theory with her as well.
And what about, Graham, no European sprinter?
主席短途獎參賽馬匹
Runners of the Chairman Sprint Prize.
1號馬加州星球
Number 1, California Spangle.
2號馬消暑樂祭
Number 2, Mad Cool.
3號馬維港智能
Number 3, Victor the winner.
4號馬幸運有你
Number 4, Lucky with you.
5號馬賢者無敵
Number 5, Invincible Sage.
6號馬的愛心
Number 6, How Deep Is Your Love.
7號馬旭日朗圖
Number 7, Sunrise Ronaldo.
8號馬威力奔騰
Number 8, Flying Ace.
9號馬陸續無限
Number 9, Mugen.
10號馬堅信
Number 10, Believing.
11號馬和道小子
Number 11, Little Bros.
Over his last sort of couple of years, Jenny, he's a born-again sprinter here. He hadn't raced over a sprint journey since, I think the early part of 2022.
Yeah, that is true. And I think, you know, after his last performance, Tony Cruz was quite adamant that he wanted to keep him to sprinting as well. Let's talk about Victor the winner. He's got such great gate speed. I'm going to go and have a look at the horses, so I'll let you talk with...
Good luck, Jenny. Victor the winner, I like his chances here, because we know he goes well with plenty of giving the ground. He's very fast from the gate. He gets into a smooth rhythm, and he's going to get the inside rail. He'll get a clean shot at this.
Let's start, Jenny, with How Deep Is Your Love? And James McDonald rides here for John Size. Drawn barrier number 1, quick and nicely when asked in a recent barrier trial.
Yeah, look, I don't think he'll mind a little bit of giving the ground as well. He's a horse that is a really nice type. He's got plenty of size, scope and strength. I will get closer to him so I can give you a more accurate description of him, as Mad Cool just nicks past and finds his way into the lineup here as well. But How Deep Is Your Love? He's relaxed. He's alert at the same time. He's walking out nice and freely. He does have synthetic hooves on those both of those front feet, which he's had for the last time I saw him as well. So they must have had a few little issues there, but he's really fit and fluent, and he's nice and healthy too.
California Spangle now on screen. Jenny, he's drawn barrier number 7 here. Led up in that race in Dubai, was up on the pace and was too strong for them in the end. How's he parading, considering he's dropped a bit of weight here?
Yeah, he's dropped the 22 pounds since I last laid eyes on him. So he's weighing in at 1,188 here today. But he was a winner over in Dubai, so he's come here with good form. To look at, he's behaving himself well, which is not unusual. He's a lovely, strong-bodied horse. He's well put together. He always looks like he's carrying a bit of weight around the midsection there. He's not 100% smooth behind, but I wouldn't be overly concerned about that. He's going to loosen up by the time he gets to the gates, but that's noticeable.
Jenny, the next one we're going to look at is the British filly, Believing. We've seen some sprinters come into the paddock here from Europe, and they tend to be a little bit edgy. She seems pretty chilled out and laid back.
Well, she does. I will get to her. As you can imagine, we've got a lot of people here in the parade, so I'm just ducking and weaving a little bit. But look, we spoke about her briefly, and I'm just wondering whether or not she's quite good enough. I like her racing attitude. She really puts her head out and really tries in her races. Now, she's just about to come past me now. She's very fine-skinned. She's beautifully behaved. She looks as fit as she could possibly be. So maybe that might hold her in good stead. And very free interaction as well. She's actually conducting herself really well.
Mad Cool, we've seen him here before, Jenny, and Mad Cool comes out of winning the Takamatsunomiya Kinin, where he drove through on the inside to score by a head over to Merclair.
It was a pretty impressive performance, wasn't it? And that was on a bit of a rain-affected track as well. Now, he drew well there. Today, he's drawn gate number 11, so it's going to make it a whole lot tougher for him. He always walks with a bit of a sense of purpose, this guy. He sort of wants to get on with it. He is an entire 5-year-old. He's neatly put together. He's a nice type, and he's still very smooth in his walking action. So actually parades well too.
What a career Victor the winner has in Hong Kong, Jenny. He's quick, he's aggressive, very, very alert from the stalls. He has handled ease in the ground. He was behind Mad Cool in Japan, but he's back on his home pitch today.
He is, and he won't mind this giving the ground, as you say. Now, he's a beautiful horse. He's just so calm and relaxed. He weighs in at 1,098 pounds, and the good news is since travelling back, he's put on 5 pounds. That's definitely a positive. Now, he's not got a care in the world. He's got a beautiful shine to his coat. He walks out freely. He's as fit as he could be. He's got to be a good chance here.
On we go to Lucky with You. He ran a couple of PBs, Jenny, when it came to the sprint here in December in the Centenary Sprint Cup, but he's not been seen to the best effect in his last couple.
Quite true. And, I'm not sure if he can turn it back around as well. But as I mentioned on International Day in December, he doesn't look out of place in amongst these very classy individuals because he's such a nice type. So he once again parades really well. He's beautifully behaved. He's very strong in the chest, really healthy looking and as fit as he can be. Nothing wrong with his fluency, so he looks good. Maybe he's a big game day performer because he does look well.
Now let's come to an interesting one, I think, Jenny. Number 5 on the race card is the artist formerly known as Thronbone, Invincible Sage. He seems to be a horse, Jenny, who's just getting a bit better race by race. How does he look today?
Yeah, look, I thought on form he's going to get, or just looking at the race, he's going to get a really nice run in behind the likes of Victor the winner and California Spangle. So he should be able to get a really good run here. And the way he's going, he probably gets a really good opportunity to take out a big race. The horse looks good. He's nice and relaxed. He's not overly tall, but he's neatly, nicely put together. He looks very fit and healthy, and he's fluent. So he's also looking good.
Sunrise Ronaldo, Jenny, would need to run an absolute bottler, a PB, I think, to be competitive here.
I think so, yes, on what I've seen, absolutely. Now, he's walking out okay. He's a bit plainer than a few of the others as well. His behaviour's good, Fluency doesn't look to be too bad either. A little bit of muscle strength in the shoulder, but he's a bit more lightly framed than a few of the others. He's 1,044 pounds. I'm happy to go with something else.
Here comes number 8 on the card. It's Invincible Sage's stable companion, Flying Ace, and he's been a real consistent, hard-knocking sprinter for a while here in Hong Kong. But Jenny, he was a couple of lengths behind stablemate Invincible Sage last time. Little bit of work to do with that rival.
Well, he probably has, but he should probably have a few more wins on the board, this horse, because he hasn't had a great deal of luck in numerous races, and he is in form. He's, as you say, the second string of the stable for David Hall, and he does present well. He was slightly on his toes just moments ago, but he's looking nice and healthy. He's got good body strength, and he does appear to be walking out well too, so he's good.
Mugen, another one that probably has a little bit to find on ratings, Jenny, but he can quicken nicely, but whether he can do that on this type of surface this afternoon remains to be seen.
Does, yes, but he has got a good finish on him, this guy. He looks in good order. He doesn't carry much excess condition. He's weighing in at 1,107 pounds. He looks a bit lighter than that when you see him close up, but he's very fit. He's nice and relaxed. He's got a good shine to his coat, and he does appear to be walking out well too. So there is nothing wrong with him.
Here we have a very interesting horse. If David Hayes can pull a rabbit out of the hat with little bros at this level so early in this horse's Hong Kong career, my hat's off to him. But we know he's been a good horse in his young days in Australia. David's described this as a throw at the stumps, Jenny. It's a throw at the stumps from the boundary, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it certainly is, and he's got plenty of talent, obviously being the Blue Diamond winner as a 2-year-old. You can't do that without any talent. So he looks in good order. He's a nice, neat-looking horse. Whether or not he's 100% fully tuned, I suppose that's my little query with him, just looking at him. But a nice, neat type, and he does look in good health. So, and just getting on his toes a little bit now. I'm not sure what to expect on debut here. It's a tough assignment, but I'm probably happy to go with others.
If he was racing in the handicap system here, Graham, he'd be off a domestic rating of 77, which puts him into Class 3. That edition of the Blue Diamond wasn't a strong one, and let's not forget he was very well tried after the Blue Diamond too.
Yeah, see, if he can go top 6 here, it's a really good precursor for the rest of his Hong Kong career. Tactics bound to be so important here, Tom. I have a clear vision of the speed holding out pretty well. What do you think?
I think it will as well. I really do. Victor, the winner, will be up there. I think he'll probably lead over California Spangle. Mad Cool won't be too far away. To tell us more on that and the market, let's head over to Paul Lally.
Yeah, thanks very much, Tom. With California Spangle with 2.2 chance, Mad Cool at 16, Victor the winner at 4.9, 53 Lucky with You, 6.8 Invincible Sage, 7.1 How Deep Is Your Love, 63 Sunrise Ronaldo, 19 Flying Ace, Mugen 11, Believing for Great Britain at 84, and Little Bros, the horse you were just talking about, he's a 36 chance. But California Spangle, odds against now at 2.2.
Okay, we are 8.5 minutes away from the first of our Group 1 races this afternoon, the Chairman's Sprint Prize over the 1,200 metres of the field. Jenny, who made it into the top 4?
Victor the winner, number 3. I thought he paraded beautifully. He's just such a beautifully behaved horse. Walks out well. He looks so fit and healthy. He looks like he's come back really well from his run over in Japan. He goes on top for me from number 4, Lucky With You. That's the fingers crossed one because he's been out of form, this horse. His last couple have been ordinary, but he does look really well, so he makes it in on looks. The 1, California Spangle, hard not to put him in. He's a lovely, big, strong horse. He looks in good shape. He's a nice-natured horse. And then the 2, Mad Cool, the Japanese horse. I thought he looked really quite good. I like he's sort of inquisitive. He's also just walking out with a little sense of purpose, so he looks good. 3, 4, 1 and 2.
Okay, 3, 4, 1 and 2 from Jenny. We're just standing by to see if Nick Child has managed to wrangle an interview amongst a very full paddock down here for the Group 1 Chairman Sprint Prize. Let's head to Mark in the meantime. Mark, as the horses head out for the first of the Group 1s, there's the favourite on screen, Brenton Avdulla, looking for a hat-trick, a Group 1 hat-trick aboard California Spangle.
He is indeed, Tom, and he'd be 3 rides for 3 Group 1 wins on the horse only if he can do it. I've got him in for second. Going to go Victor the winner on what he did here when winning the Centenary Sprint Cup on the 28th of January. Of course, he's been to Japan since and was beaten by Mad Cool, who he does oppose here. He's going to be forward from barrier 2 and should be able to work into a perfect spot from that gate early in the race. So Victor the winner, number 3 on top to beat California Spangle, whose last 2 wins have been great. One here, one in Dubai. He was too good winning the Queen's Silver Jubilee back on the 10th of March. He goes in for second. 2, Mad Cool, Barrier number 11 is going to make it tricky, but his last 2 wins have been on yielding tracks, and that's the condition that we've got here today. And number 8, Flying Ace, if the pace does happen to be on, he's a horse that does love a 1200 metre race. He ran 3rd in the Sprint Cup behind Lucky Swayness last time. Class 1 winner 2 runs ago. He has been in Group 1. He was 5th in the Centenary Sprint Cup behind Victor the Winner. He's never too far away, Flying Ace, and usually going the right way at the end. 3, 1, 2 and 8 though for the running of race number 5.
Yeah, went with the 1 on top here, California Spangle, to beat the 2, Mad Cool. Look, this horse does like wet track. I think he's overs at 16s. The Japanese horse, he's just got to overcome barrier number 11. The 3, the Victor the Winner, he's going to be right there as well. So around the top 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then in there for 4th. They're going to put Invincible Sage. A lot better run from him last time, and I think he'll sit just behind the pace. So I think these 4 horses will be right on the pace. So 1, 2, 3 and 5 for me, Tom.
Yeah, definitely keen in this race on the California Spangle. He's the one I've got marked on top here for the Chairman's Sprint prize. Ahead of number 3 for a second, that being Victor the Winner. He'll be up on the pace. He's going to give a very, very good side. Of course, we've seen him beat Lucky Swayness on a rain-affected yielding track here, going back to the Chief Executive's Cup. In for 3rd, I've got number 6, and that, of course, is How Deep Is Your Love? Barrier 1 for him. Quick and nicely, I thought, in his most recent barrier trial. Always been a fan of Invincible Sage as well, so he's certainly in. 1, 3, 6 and 5. A recap of Nick's numbers coming up on screen shortly, but your top 4, Jenny, from the yard.
Yeah, look, I've gone with the 3 on top. I thought Victor the Winner just paraded beautifully here. He has done that on a regular basis, I might add, but I like the fact that he's come back from Japan and looks really well once again. So he goes on top of number 4, Lucky With You, who's going out at big odds, and he's entitled to, because his most recent form has been a little on the average side. He ran a cracker on International Day, and he looks equally as well today, so he makes it in. Of the rest, number 1, California Spangle, he was quite frisky. He kicked the heels up as he went out into the track there, looking good. And then I thought number 2, Mad Cool, also looked good, walking out nice and freely. He looks nice and fit, coming off a fresh win from Japan as well. So 3, 4, 1 and 2.
I know Jenny put in Lucky With You at a wild price for the Hong Kong Sprint in December, and I raised an eyebrow, and he ran an absolute screamer. So take note. I'd like 3, 1, 5, Victor, Spangle and Sage. I think tactics are bound to be very important. But guys, I'm delighted to report that no breaking of tradition here. The Hong Kong punters are sending the plucky Brit off at the longest shot on the board. 78 for Believing at the moment.
Yeah, and Graham, Highfield Princess obviously came here in December, ran 5th. Was she a better horse than Believing?
Appreciably. She was much more accomplished and much more credible. I'm not knocking Believing. She is a good filly who's been placed in a Group 1, the Haydock Sprint. And George Bowie has a very fine touch with his international raiders. He's a guy to watch. I think this could be something of a fact-finding machine. He's a young trainer on the up, but I would be super pleasantly surprised if she could hit the board here, because from what we know, her rating is 109, and 109 is not getting the job done in any Group 1 sprints in Hong Kong.
Yeah, look, she was 66 to 1 2 starts ago when she ran 3rd.
Yep.
That was in the Group 1 Sprint Cup stakes there. And then she was also 28 to 1 last time she stepped out, and she failed there.
And that was very, very soft ground at Ascot. I can give her a pass on that. I think she's okay round a bend. It was left-handed when she won a listed race at Pontefract, but she's got straight track form, she's got round the bend form. What she hasn't got is genuine 115 plus form, which he needs to do to hit the frame here.
What about Paul Sunrise Ronaldo? Is he a 2,000 metre horse here in disguise over 1,200, Paul?
Yeah, the way he's been racing, they do mix his distances up, and look, some of his better runs, and he does lead over the 2,000, but he hasn't got that early gate speed here over the 1,200. So 70 odd to 1 probably reflects his price, Sunrise Ronaldo. You can never underestimate the Japanese, but I think Mad Cool's got a lot better credentials than Sunrise Ronaldo.
Well, you look at his form, Jenny, and he's 2 from 2 on a rain-affected track as Mad Cool. Yes, they ideally wouldn't have liked barrier number 11, and he didn't do too much in the sprint here behind Lucky Swayness, but he's gone back and won an impressive race with simulcast here, the Takamatsu no Miyakinen.
Well, he can be a little tardy out of the gates on occasions too, Mad Cool. So a lot will depend on how he jumps, particularly from gate number 11. We know that Victor the Winner, he's got great gate speed, so he's likely to lead California Spangle, who does like to have that leading role as well. So he's going to just need to get in and get a bit of cover.
Draws have flip-flopped between him and Victor this time. Mad Cool had the low draw in Japan. Victor had to work from a middle to high draw. It's different today. And Rayasai Sakai, the rider of Mad Cool, It's 1,200 metres, not 11:59. He just geared down slightly at the end of that Group 1 last time, and he nearly was caught napping. He's got a very busy week coming up. He's off to Kentucky for the Derby next weekend.
He certainly is. Paul, we haven't really spoken too much about Mugen. He's back here as a two-time course and distance winner. If it was good, fast ground here this afternoon, he's got a devastating turn of foot, but do you think he's one that can produce that sort of run on a track like this today?
Yeah, that's the big query, isn't it, with Mugen? Look, he's by a deep field, looking at his breeding. So those horses can run on rain-affected track. He's out of a Falvelon mare. So maybe there is that advantage there for him. But look, I just wonder with some of these really good sort of top sprinters like California Spangle. The play we're going to do around the top three: California Spangle, Mad Cool, and Victor the winner.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3 there for the play. Flying Ace, Graham, of course, Zach's had 2 previous wins in this race. Just always seems to struggle with the barrier draws, and that probably is the case again here today.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm interested in his stablemate, Invincible Sage. He seems to be holding his position 6.7 in the market very well. And the thing about him, he's not fully exposed in Hong Kong, and bit by bit, he's been working his way towards the elite level.
I agree with you, and they put the cheek pieces on him last time, and he went really well. He was beaten by Lucky Swainez, so that's pretty good form, and he has been thereabouts. You know, he just might be able to step up to the occasion here today.
And you have Huey Bowman just creeping in behind the leaders, California Spangler, and hoping to produce that one darting run.
I would think so, yeah, and that's of course what Huey does, doesn't he? Just cuddles them, and when they're ready to go, he can just produce them at the right time.
And he's certainly got some form on some rain-affected tracks down on Australia as well, does Invincible Sage. Isn't it fascinating that Zach Purton's had a go on Lucky Swain, California Spangle. Hugh Bowman's had a turn, and Brenton of Dulla's the man that seems to have just clicked with this horse.
Absolutely, and not just with this horse. Beauty Joy, he clicked with straight away. How Deep Is Your Love, I think he clicked with. So he looks a difference maker, Brenton Avdulla.
And last year, this horse, Jenny, was racing in the Champions Mile.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a very talented horse. And then he just lost his way, didn't he? So I'm just really rapt to see he's back in business, California. And hopefully he's come back well as from Dubai after that win, and he can perform again.
And isn't it, you know, we love the quotable sports stars. Zach Purton is very quotable. He started the season suggesting that if you breathe down California Spangle's neck, he gives up. He deserted him for the champion sprinter, Lucky Swainez. Lucky Swainez now on the sidelines. Zach already lost the ride. And the reinvented Spangle, if he wins this, Jenny's a potential champion sprinter.
Yep, I hope you've written all those Zach Purton quotes down, because we've had a few of them. But yeah, see, look, that is true. So, yeah, just hoping it all goes well.
And a bit over 12 months ago, it was Golden 60.
And Romantic Warrior, so stay tuned. This is going to be a mighty 90 minutes or so.
Last look at the market, Paul.
Yeah, even money now, California Spangle. All of the late money's going for him as Victor the winner drifts to 5.2. Steady is Invincible Sage at 6.8. How Deep Is Your Love? He's on the drift to 8.4. Mugen there next at 12.
We welcome wherever you are tuned into our telecast. We're going right around the world, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, South Africa, throughout Europe, even into the Caribbean this afternoon as well. So welcome wherever you are tuned into our telecast here from Sharton. This is the first of the Group 1 races here on FWD Champions Day. It is the Chairman's Sprint Prize with a 1.9 favourite, California Spangle. Your race caller is Mark McNamara.
Thank you, Tom. Woody's looking for 3 in a row. California Spangle, all at Group 1 level. And Brenton Avdulla looking for 3 rides. Alquoz, Queen Silver Jubilee, his last 2. As the horses filter into the gates, there's one out. It's Believing for Great Britain to complete the line. Chairman Sprint Prize field is almost ready. The crowd's ready. First of 3, Group 1s at Sharton. Favourite California Spangle, they're racing. He jumped pretty well. Not as fast as Victor the winner, who rolled straight to his favourite rollover, Invincible Sage, who left fast, and California Spangle on their outside 3rd. There is Mad Cool charging over from barrier number 11. He goes up outside the speed. Lucky With You next from Believing. How Deep Is Your Love? 2 lengths to Sunrise, Ronaldo, Flying Ace, and 2.5 to Mugen. Last of all, Victor the winner and California Spangle. The locals have a neck between them. Mad Cool, 2 lengths away, 3rd for Japan, and he dropped in beautifully. Invincible Sage fourth the rail, and a length and a half to How Deep Is Your Love. Then Lucky With You. Next, Little Bros from Believing. Flying Ace, Mugen and Sunrise Ronaldo. It's Victor the winner and California Spangle. Neither rider getting urgent at the moment. Invincible Sage stalking as he eases out 2 lengths away. Then How Deep Is Your Love. Victor the winner, headed off by California Spangle. Now he tangles with Invincible Sage, who put it to him, and he ran on by for Bowman. It's Invincible Sage in front of California Spangle, Mugen and Flying Ace, and Invincible Sage. Invincible Sage beat California Spangle, Mugen, Flying Ace, and How Deep Is Your Love. Then came Victor the winner, Little Bros, Lucky With You, Sunrise Ronaldo, Believing, and Mad Cool. Invincible Sage, 6.9 and 1.8. Hugh Bowman and David Hall, he was stalking them, and he just stalked them beautifully. And he ran up when California Spangle put pay. He's 1.3 a place, California Spangle. Brenton Avdella, 9 Mugen at 2.9. Blake Shinge, he's come from a long, long way back. But Invincible Sage, Group 1 debut. He'd only ever raced in a Group 3. That was over 1,000 metres, when second behind WizKid in the Bohemia Sprint Trophy. But when Hugh angled him off the heels of Victor the winner, who didn't really give a yelp, he was always going to be a danger to California Spangle, and he hasn't just won, he's just bashed them up here. Invincible Sage for the Chairman's Sprint Prize. California Spangle second, Mugen and Flying Ace have made up a lot of ground to run third and fourth. 1:09.33 is the winner's time. It has all been Invincible Sage over the last little bit. California Spangle, nothing wrong with his run either. He just has been beaten by a better horse on the day. Hughes all smiles. Nick's about to head out and join our first Group 1 winning jockey of the afternoon. David Hall, the trainer. Invincible Sage, the winner of the Chairman's Sprint Prize. And here is Nick Child with the winning rider, Hugh Bowman.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Hughes just cantered back on Invincible Sage. Hugh, many congratulations. This is a bit of repeat history in this race for you. What a horse and what a performance today.
Certainly, Nick. So proud of him, and he's just settled in beautifully since arriving in Hong Kong. Had a bit of success with him last season, and I've enjoyed watching him develop through the grades and up to top class now. I think the rain-affected track maybe assisted his performance, but even on a dry, I think today we would have seen a winning one.
And for you and his trainer, David Hall, you go back plenty. I mean, when you first came to Hong Kong riding racehorses, he was a man who supported you, and he's continued to do so.
Look, since I arrived, Christine and I and the kids arrived midway through last season, he's been a stellar supporter the entire time, along with others too, but it means a great deal to ride this winner for David and Jermaine and the entire stable. It means a great deal, and look, above all else, I'm very proud of this horse. He's a quintessential Hong Kong sprinter. He's come here, he's adapted to the lifestyle, he's put on weight, he looks magnificent, and it's just an absolute pleasure to be a part of it.
Well done, Hugh. Another Group 1, great to see you. Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, David
Three
Hall won
Group
this race
1s
in
at Chart 10.
2007.
Favourite California Spangle, they're racing, he jumped pretty well. Not as fast as Victor the winner, who rolled straight to his favourite rollover, Invincible Sage, who left fast, and California Spangle on their outside third. There is Mad Cool charging over from barrier number 11. He goes up outside the speed. Lucky With You next from Believing. How Deep Is Your Love? 2 lengths to Sunrise Ronaldo, Flying Ace, and 2.5 to Mugen last of all. Victor the winner and California Spangle. The locals have a neck between them. Mad Cool 2 lengths away, third for Japan, and he dropped in beautifully. Invincible Sage fourth the rail, and a length and a half to How Deep Is Your Love? Then Lucky With You. Next, Little Bros from Believing. Flying Ace, Mugen and Sunrise Ronaldo. It's Victor the winner and California Spangle. Neither rider getting urgent at the moment. Invincible Sage stalking as he eases out 2 lengths away. Then How Deep Is Your Love? Victor the winner, headed off by California Spangle. Now he tangles with Invincible Sage, who put it to him, and he ran on by for Bowman. It's Invincible Sage in front of California Spangle, Mugen and Flying Ace, and Invincible Sage. Invincible Sage.
Yeah, great performance in the end from Invincible Sage. The intent was there last time with that effort, they put him a lot closer to the speed to Paul, and he's been able to deliver 5, 1, 9 and 8. The dividends coming up on screen shortly.
Yeah, definitely. And look, they sat just in behind the pace. It looked at the Mad Cool, put a little bit of extra pace into the race. They were 3 wide in front, abreast as they came down the back. Then Mad Cool sort of dropped off. While all that was happening, getting that perfect run in behind was the winner, Invincible Sage, and returned 69 and 18. 13, good run once again from California Spangle, and then the 29 in there for third, which is the 9, which is Mugen, who came from the back. Quinella 1 and 5, 77. The forecast 5 to be 1, 240. The trio 205. The chairs 5, 1 and 9 was up on screen there, Jenny, and what a great win from this horse.
Oh, fantastic win, fantastic ride as well from gate number 5. There was plenty of speed on. There was a fair bit of pressure on those horses on the speed. So California Spangle has done a fantastic job as well. And well done to David Hall, 1st and 4th in this race. With Flying Ace as well. So he's run a cracker as well. He's made up some good ground towards the end.
The speed, Graham, was pretty much on standard through those first 2 sections, wasn't it?
Yeah, the final time is only about a length and a half faster than the Class 4, but the early fractions were appreciably stronger. And we talked about the trip in this race, and the winner got the perfect trip. Salute to that guy, David Hall. And particularly, I think, Jenny, this horse was going along really well all season. Cheap pieces came on for the Group 2 and the Group 1, and that was this extra little difference.
Yes, it has made a difference. And he is still only a 4-year-old. So, you know, there's more to come from this guy. He's been showing how consistent and how brave he had been without getting those wins on the board. But now he's taken out the big prize here today. So congratulations to all the owners. David Hall Trainer Syndicate, in fact, so there's a lot of them.
Yeah, he was trained by Jerome Hunter in Australia prior to arriving. He won on rain-affected ground in 3 starts,
yes.
Metropolitan tracks, Graham, Caulfield and Flemington.
Yeah, and he started off, I think, from a mark in the low 70s in the handicap this season. So his progress has been relentless. Well done to Bowman, David Hall, all the connections. And sometimes they say the best form of ability is availability. He's on deck, and Lucky Swainess wasn't, the horse who beat him last time.
Absolutely. Let's quickly touch on as well, Graham, the overseas Raiders. They didn't bring their A-team, did they?
I think we can do that very briefly. You're not going to win a big Group 1 sprint ridden like Mad Cool was today from stall 11. That was the Blue Point problem. Believing, do stop believing for a Group 1 here, because she was just out of her comfort zone from a very early stage, Jenny.
Yeah, look, she was. She might have covered a bit of ground as well, but she was still very well beaten, wasn't she? And Mad Cool, once again, he was a bit tardy out of the gates, then used up.
Yeah.
It was tough. There was a lot of pressure there on the speed.
And Sunrise Ronaldo, Paul, he couldn't get warm.
No, he was well back all the way, so he didn't feature at all. And as you say, Mad Cool was... look, he did his chips at the start, and when he got out 3 wide outside the speed. Victor, the winner as well, he dropped away, didn't he?
So we're back to the drawing board there with Victor. Mugen, he still ran a really good race despite the cut down the ground.
He did, and he's similar to the winner, Invincible Sage, in that he has made great strides right through the season under enterprising campaign. Just looking forward before I depart, would you think that because of the way the track's been riding today, guys, that Vincent's likely to try and posse up a little more prominently than usual on Golden 60?
I would think so, yes.
He has to, I think. He has to. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I got him 1 out, 1 back. I think he will be really positive on him. When he's been beaten, he's gone back. I think, on rain-affected track. So I think he's going to go forward.
And when he did get beaten on a rain-affected track, Graham, it was
a grind.
It was 2,000 metres from memory, and he got a long way back. They're not going to roll the dice and go for that.
位來賓，主席短途獎頒獎儀式現在開始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the trophy presentation ceremony of the Chairman Sprint Prize will now commence.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous win for Invincible Sage representing Hong Kong, China, taking the Chairman Sprint Prize. This is also the first international Group 1 win for Invincible Sage. Congratulations! 經過一輪激烈嘅龍爭虎鬥，主席短途獎經已名花有主，係由嚟自中國香港嘅賢者無敵勝出㗎。May we now invite our club's chairman, Mr. Michael Lee, to present the main trophy of the Chairman Sprint Prize and a gold-plated dish to 22-23 David Hall Trainer Syndicate, winning owner of Invisible Sage. 我哋本會主席李子厚先生現正將主席短途獎嘅主杯同埋鍍金碟頒發俾勝出頭馬賢者無敵嘅馬主㗎，就係2223賀賢練馬師賽馬團體㗎，恭喜晒！ Congratulations! May we now invite Chairman to continue to present a gold-plated dish each to our winning trainer, David Hall. 繼續有請我哋嘅主席咧，就係將鍍金碟頒發俾我哋勝出嘅馬匹嘅練馬師賀賢。And lastly, Chairman, please also present the gold-plated dish to our winning jockey, Hugh Bowman. 主席現正咧就將鍍金碟頒發俾我哋勝出嘅馬匹嘅騎師布文，恭喜晒 ！And also thank you, Chairman. Congratulations! Let's all take a group photo together. 恭喜晒，我哋一齊影張大合照。Let's all look to the front at all our media friends here today, right at the centre of this photo. 我哋望望中間位置，我哋所有嘅傳媒朋友同埋馬迷喺呢一度影呢一張嘅合照㗎吓。Thank you so much. Please remain where you are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem of the winning country, Hong Kong, China. 跟住落嚟，我哋有請香港警察樂隊演奏勝出頭馬所代表國家中國香港嘅國歌，有請各位起立並隨舞。This is the end of the trophy presentation. The FWD Champions Mile will be held at race 7. See you all again at the trophy presentation. 我哋主席短途獎嘅頒獎儀式嚟到呢度已經圓滿結束。提大家，我哋第7場就係富衛保險冠軍一哩賽，以及第8場就係富衛保險冠軍女王杯。第8場賽事之後，我哋嘅熒光幕上面呢就會有冠軍賽快問快答嘅遊戲，我哋嘅二維碼就會出現㗎啦。大家記得咧就睇完第8場賽事，千祈唔好錯過贏取入馬房同金槍60近距離接觸嘅機會。我哋陣間頒獎禮再見。
For the Chairman's Sprint Prize. Let's have a look back here, courtesy of the jockey cam as well, which was with the California Spangle and Brenton Avdulla. And you can see through the early stages here, Mad Cool jumped sideways at the start. Mugen's gone back. Victor the winner. Little Bro's quite keen and behind him through the early stages as well, Jenny. And now California Spangle coming up with Mad Cool to apply the pressure. Believing caught wide around Little Bros, who's raced fiercely. How Deep Is Your Love just in front of them was also as they sought their order out coming down the side of the blue and white colours. They're lucky with you. And they got back there. Flying Ace has done a good job to finish as close as he has with Mugen.
He's done an enormous job, hasn't he? So he's the horse third last in those yellow colours on the fence there. But in front is Victor the winner, and he's had that challenge the whole time from California Spangle. Mad Cool, well, he missed the start. He loomed up. He put some pressure on as well. Now he's starting to go back through the field. The horse in the orange colours is How Deep Is Your Love. He looks like he's going to come into it there, but he just dies on his run a little bit. You can see Flying Ace making that ground towards the end. So he's done a really good job, but the winner had the perfect ride, the perfect run. and he's just too strong, just able to overtake California Spangle, who's put up a pretty good effort considering he got all that challenge.
Yeah, he certainly has. He hasn't folded like he probably was a horse that was doing that in the past. He just wanted to run around a little bit in the straight there. Late 2 did the winner, Invincible Sage, right towards the post. But they have weighed in, Paul, 5, 1, 9 and 8.
Yep, 5, 1, 9, 8 here in our first of our features with the Quinella places 1 and 5, 30, 5 and 9, 80, 1 and 9, 50, 50. Forecast 5 to beat 1, 240. The first 4, 1, 5, 8 and 9, 364. The quartet 5, 1, 9 and 8, 8,556. The double 1 into 5, 440. Pair of ones, 26. The first treble 315, 2,354. 311, 142. Sectional times 23.48, standards 23.5. So inside standard on this rain affected track. 22.07, standard 22.1. Homan 23.78, standards 22.6. The time 109.33, standards 108.2.